Personal story segment tonight. It is Halloween across the nation, and that is a very personal holiday at the White House of all places. That's because some historians believe, they actually believe, the White House is haunted. No partisan jokes, please. Joining us now from Sacramento, Dennis William Hauck, the author of the book, The International Directory of Haunted Places. All right, now when I'm reading the research on you, Mr. Hauck, Winston Churchill's name arises in conjunction with a ghost at the White House. Tell me about that.
Oh, yeah, it's a great case and really quite well documented. It's from a letter that Churchill wrote to a friend. During World War II, he was staying in the White House in the Lincoln bedroom on the second floor of the White House. And he decided to relax and take a hot bath with a cigar and a little glass of whiskey. And he got up when he heard someone knocking at the door, really pounding on the door, and he thought it was an emergency, so he just got up and ran to the door and opened it, and there was the ghost of Lincoln standing there in top hat and black. And
all right, let me stop you there now. You're telling me that Winston Churchill wrote a letter where he saw the ghost of Abraham Lincoln at the door in a top hat and tails. This is what he wrote.
Absolutely.
You saw the letter. I've never seen this letter. You saw the letter?
Yeah, it's still in his archives.
Okay. Now, maybe he had a few brandies, you know. He's in the tub. He's got the booze. Now, do you believe this stuff? Do you believe the White House is haunted?
Oh, yeah, I do.
You really do?
Haunted. I really do. I believe the White House is one of the most haunted places in the United States, and there's a lot of activity there. But I believe it because of the quality of the witnesses. We're talking presidents and family members of presidents and visiting ambassadors and press secretaries. All
right.
Mike McCurry, remember Mike McCurry?
Sure.
Ghost,
absolutely. But you know how these guys are. They work 20 hours a day. They're hallucinating anyway. But give me your best shot outside of Winston Churchill, which impresses me because Churchill was one tough guy and not prone to flights of fancy unless he had a few brandies. Give me your best shot now to convince me that there is something to this claim. Who else said it and what did they say?
About Lincoln's ghost? Well, Franklin Roosevelt's valet, Caesar Cesaro was his name, and also Eleanor's assistant, Mary Evans. Even their dog Fala responded to Lincoln's presence in a room. And Caesar actually saw the ghost once in the Oval Room, and he headed out from the front portico and just running down the street, screaming, and ended up on H Street, some intersection on H Street.
All right, so FDR's valet and his wife's attendant, whatever, saw. Now, why is Lincoln's ghost hanging around the White House? I mean,
I don't know. It's probably the most active ghost in the White House, and it's one that is seen right up to this day. Even Hillary has said that she's felt the presence of Lincoln in the White House.
Well, you know, but when the Clintons were there were a lot of people in the White House. You know, it could have a lot of coming and going. I don't know. Well, I'm a skeptic. I'm a journalist. I mean, I'd love to see Lincoln's ghost. I actually stayed in the room he stayed in at the Willard Hotel right across the street from the White House. Didn't see any ghosts. I did turn white when I got the bill, but that was it. All right, Mr. Hauck, you believe it? We're in no position to say, particularly since Winston Churchill is endorsing the fact that Lincoln's ghost is running around there. We could use Lincoln today in person. Mr. Hauck, thanks very much. Happy Halloween. When we come right back, a very, very scary guy, Dennis Miller, will run down the Democratic presidential candidates and comment on our confrontation with Rosie O'Donnell. Miller time next.